NFL fans, finally, after 17 weeks, the NFL regular season has finally wrapped up, and now we have NFL Wild Card Weekend. Now, 3 of these 4 matchups are previously played in the regular season. Now, let's get started. Now, we have the Indianapolis Colts and Andrew Luck taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans in Houston. Now, this is a close game as Houston's favored by 1, but that's basically an even game, so it's pretty much a pick 'em. Now, I know a lot of people are picking Andrew Luck and the Texans. Trust me, Andrew Luck has bounced back and had a phenomenal season. Now, in my opinion, he'll be the easy runaway winner for NFL Comeback Player of the Year, no question about it. But with that said, I got to pick the Houston Texans. I got to. I know they have the weakest offensive line in these playoffs by far. Deshaun Watson has been getting bullied. He even had to take a bus all the way to Jacksonville earlier in the season to ball hard. But guess what? They came back, finished 11-5 after starting 0-3. Nobody saw that coming, and they won the AFC South. Now, I think Andrew Luck and the Colts are a year ahead of schedule as Chris Battle has done a phenomenal job with this team. They've drafted Quentin Nelson, an All-Pro, Darius Leonard, an All-Pro. Andrew Luck is finally getting some protection he needs, and T.Y. Hilton is balling along with Marlon Mack. But with that being said, I just trust the intangibles and the smart nature of Deshaun Watson to get this job done. And guess what? He has one of the best receivers in the league, and that is DeAndre Hopkins. He's been targeted over 200 times, no drops. Now what can you say? He's like, stick him, throw him to him, and he's got him. He'll make enough plays in this game to win. I think he can move around the pocket enough, escape a little bit, make some big plays, and I see them winning. The key matchup in this game will be each team's defensive offensive line versus one another. Now, if Houston can get pressure with Jadeveon Clowney and J.J. Watt, I see them can make enough plays and slow Andrew Luck down. And Houston has it, and the Colts have a lot of no-name guys that a lot of people couldn't name, but their defense has been excellent for the last back half of this season. And I think, like I said, Deshaun Watson will make enough plays. Andrew Luck will make one crucial mistake, and Houston will go on and win this game. I'll say 24-21 Houston in a close one, because these two teams have played twice previous in the regular season and 1-1 with the same amount of points scored. But this will be a tight, close game. It will be a good one to kick off these playoffs, but I'm going with the Texans. Now let's go with the second game tomorrow night, and that is the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as we all know, everybody, I have a disdain for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know what all the hype is about because they haven't proven anything. They haven't won a Super Bowl since '95. But guess what? They have the league's leading rusher in Ezekiel Elliott. And the thing is, they have to keep pounding that rock with Ezekiel Elliott. He has to get over 125 yards, in my opinion, to beat this surprise team that everybody didn't come in the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I think the key matchup in this game will be, can Dak throw on Seattle? Because we all know his struggles. He finished with 22 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. But Dak is a winner. He has intangibles, but since he got Amari Cooper, he's been playing a lot better. And now if he wins this game, you best believe Jerry Jones is gonna bring up that brink strike and pay that man. But I don't trust his arm, and I don't trust him to get it done. Now, I know they're 7-1 at home this year, but Seattle and Dallas mirror each other. I think Seattle is better. Guess what? You can never go against Russell Wilson. That man threw 35 touchdown passes this year. They limited the amount of throws he had to make, and they went straight to the rock, pounding ground with Mike Davis, Chris Carson, undrafted free agent, by the way, and Rashad Penny, first-round pick that they drafted out of San Diego State. And don't forget they have a burner down the field, and Tyler Lockett and Doug Baldwin, who catches everything. Russell Wilson will make enough plays in a low-scoring game to get this done. Like I said, I don't trust Dak, and the Cowboys always choke when it's under pressure. And you cannot, like Russell Wilson, should have been the Pro Bowl, but we all know he got snubbed. But I think Seattle will go in there against everybody's wishes. Everybody's picking Dallas because Dallas is playing at home, and I think they got a lot of momentum. But guess what? I am picking the Seattle Seahawks. This game is going to be 2017 Seattle in a low-scoring, hard-hitting, old-school game that we're not used to seeing in this league. Now, those wrap up Saturday's games. Let's get to Sunday's games. The first one is the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry, we keep forgetting, man. It's hard for me to get this off. But the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Baltimore Ravens in a rematch from a few weeks ago when Lamar Jackson and company went on the road. Now, Lamar Jackson has been on a tear since he got inserted into this lineup. The team has been averaging over 230 rush yards per game since he's been inserted. They've inserted this type of offense that nobody's seen and can't figure it out yet. But I think with Los Angeles playing for the second time against this unconventional offense. I think they will figure it out and make enough plays. Now, the only problem I have is that they're traveling across country in an early game on Sunday playing this game. But I think Phillip Rivers has to make this happen and has to get this W. Out of all the players in the playoffs, I think he's under the most pressure because he's been in the league for so long and he's not getting any closer. He's not getting any younger. He's not a spring chicken. He needs to go there and beat a rookie in Lamar Jackson. But that Ravens defense is tenacious, boy. I tell you, they come to play. Now, I think Phillip Rivers will make enough plays. And, oh, by the way, he's getting Hunter Henry, who tore his ACL back early before the season started. He's getting activated. Now, I'll probably be on the snap count. But, hey, I think Los Angeles can go in there and get a W. Phillip Rivers can make those plays. Because when it comes down to it, can Lamar Jackson make those crucial plays on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 8? Hold them in 3rd and long. You know the Ravens don't like to get them long down distances. So hopefully Los Angeles figured it out, made some adjustments to this game, and I see Derwin James, Ingram, Bosa making plays and finally stepping it up for this defense. And I see Los Angeles going on the road and getting a tough victory in a very, very close game. I will be going with the Los Angeles Chargers, 24-20. Now let's jump to the last game of Sunday, and that is the surging Philadelphia Eagles going on the road with Nick Foles against Mitchell Trubisky and that vaunted Bears defense in Soldier Field. Now, Chicago's favored by 6.5 points. That's easily the biggest spread thus far by the weekend. But that Foles magic, I tell you, if he wins this game, boy, I tell you, there will be a lot of talk in Philadelphia about it. Until he loses the game, you don't want to hear nothing about Carson Wentz. But Nick Foles continues to be on a magical run. Now, the thing about Nick Foles in Philadelphia is the fact that when Doug Peterson put him in, he had to scrap his offense and throw something together, and they just play like lights free, no pressure, and he just plays. He throws a beautiful deep ball. The key to this game will be Nick Foles getting the ball out very quickly against this pass rushing of Khalil Mack, Leonard Floyd, Akeem Hicks, and they also have a back half studs in the secondary, Kyle Fuller and Eddie Jackson. And also don't forget the linebackers, and Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith, the rookie out of Georgia. This Bear defense has come to play. They have over 25 interceptions and 50 sacks. That is a vaunting stats against the defense, and it's going to be cold in Soldier Field. I can guarantee you that. But with that being said, the reason I am picking Foles and the Eagles is because I trust Nick Foles in a big moment. He has come to prove it, as you've seen what he did last year in that playoff run. My problem with the Chicago Bears is, once again, like I've been saying all season long, I know he's continuing to prove me wrong, but if he proves me wrong, then maybe I'll think differently, and that is the play of Mitchell Trubisky. Now, they haven't been in these pressure-packed moments. Like we all say, the playoffs bring up big heroes and big moments, and is the stage too big? I don't know. I don't trust Mitchell Trubisky to make a big-time throw when it really counts. Now, Sunday night, we'll see what he can do in this atmosphere on national TV. But I think he'll make a crucial mistake late in that game. It'll cost Chicago that game, and Chicago's really young. They don't have a lot of players on that team who's been to the playoffs. This is their first time in the playoffs in quite a while. But the defense will keep it close, and I think it will be a low-scoring game. And since Carson Wentz got hurt and Nick Foles back into the lineup, the Eagles have been on the road, getting the ball out. Alshon Jeffrey's been his favorite target. Zach Ertz has been balling. He finished second in the league in catches. So Nelson Aguilar making some big plays. They still got Golden Tate. Now, the only problem I have with Philly is, can they run the ball enough to keep Chicago honest? We'll see. But I'm going to take the upset here. And I know a lot of people won't agree with me. But once again, those are my picks for Wild Card Weekend. And I think it'll be one hell of a football weekend. And I know my Super Bowl pick was a bust with my Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. But with that being said, I'm going to say this now. My Super Bowl pick for this year will be the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New Orleans Saints, with the Saints winning the Super Bowl. So with that being said, people, leave a comment under my box. Subscribe to my channel like I always say. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. And guess what? I'll be back to talk about these games, and we'll be getting back to divisional weekend next week. But with that being said, it's Adrian. It's your boy, and I'm out.